I had something called SVT, which is a type of tachycardia, and it causes your heart to have episodes where it races. And I remember having this from, when I was a little girl. SVT interfered with my life in the sense that I was always worried about having an episode and having an episode at a bad time. It wasn't a problem, it was a nuisance, and it was one that I could take care of and get rid of, and so that's why I chose to do it.
Sarah presented to me and she had already established diagnosis of what we call supraventricular tachycardia, which is an upper chamber fast rhythm that occurs suddenly with no warning, and it can last anywhere. Well, patients can describe it in various ways. She typically had it that would come on suddenly, often after she drank caffeine or after she was stressed. It would occur 10 to 20 minutes at a time, and typically it was happening about twice a year. She'd tried various treatments to some success, but not completely. And this was really becoming a lifelong nuisance for her.
I think what's special about Dr. VerNooy is his warmth and his sincerity. That's really what comes through with him when he meets with you one-on-one. The first time I met with him, spent 30 to 45 minutes in the room with me, answering questions I didn't even know I had. He told me everything about SVT, what the procedure would be like, and whether or not he felt like I should do it. And before he even walked out of the room, we had a tentative date set, just me and him, because he knew his schedule for the coming weeks. He was like, "Sarah, I can do this for you in 2 weeks." And I just walked out of there feeling really confident this was the right decision.
Well, since the procedure, luckily she hasn't had any recurrence, is what we expect of the arrhythmia. One thing that she clearly had to modify her lifestyle before, she had to avoid heavy exertion, because sometimes that would trigger the arrhythmia, stress, or caffeine, especially for her. And that's not uncommon for people with SVT to trigger the arrhythmia. And now she's able to do all those things without concern, and so far without any arrhythmia, which is great.
This procedure made a difference for me because it took a worry away. Even though SVT is not dangerous, at least not in my case, you don't want to be on an airplane and be afraid that it's going to kick in. Or you don't want to be in a friend's wedding and be afraid it's going to kick in. So this is one less thing that I now have to worry about. And so that's fantastic.